A confirmed update came in within the last 48 hours that directly affects Social Security, SSI, SSDI, survivor, and retirement payments tied to February 4th activity. Many seniors are feeling uneasy because this week does not feel normal. The timing feels different. The silence from their bank feels heavier. The waiting feels longer. And when your entire monthly budget depends on one deposit, even small changes in timing can create real stress. This update matters because it speaks to what millions of seniors are quietly experiencing right now as they wait for money they already earned. Before we go any further, please take 1 second to tap the like button below. It helps this update reach other seniors who may be waiting for the same answers you are. This update is for anyone who depends on Social Security or SSI as their main income and feels unsettled by how this week is unfolding. Now, let me share a very personal and important story connected directly to what is happening around February 4th. A few days ago, I heard from the 71-year-old man named Raymond from Bakersfield, California. Raymond worked as a delivery driver most of his life. He retired after a back injury made it impossible to keep working. He lives alone in a small apartment and relies on his Social Security retirement check to cover almost everything. He told me that he plans his entire month around one deposit. The day it arrives is the day he pays rent. The following day he buys groceries. The next week he picks up prescriptions. There is no cushion. There is no backup. Raymond expected his February deposit to feel routine. He expected to wake up, check his account, and move on with his day. Instead, he told me he woke up to an empty balance. He checked again later that afternoon. Still nothing. By the next morning, his worry turned into quiet panic. He said he did not want to bother his daughter because she has her own struggles. He did not want to call his landlord because he was embarrassed. He did not want to go to the pharmacy because he already knew the answer would be no refill without payment. He told me, "I do not need more money. I just need the money I earned to arrive when it's supposed to." What struck me most was when he said that the hardest part was not the money itself. It was the feeling of being forgotten. He said when you are older and you live alone, silence feels louder. Not knowing if something went wrong makes your mind go to places it should not have to go. He told me that waiting in uncertainty feels heavier than the bills themselves. If you are watching from California like Raymond, or from anywhere else in the country where this waiting feels familiar, tell me in the comments where you are watching from. If you are from Bakersfield or nearby, say so. And if you are from another state, share that too. It helps me understand where these concerns are happening and bring you updates that speak directly to your area. Now let us talk about what is actually happening this week and why the timing feels different for so many seniors. February 4th is part of a transition window in the monthly payment cycle. For some beneficiaries, this week does not align with the usual rhythm they have grown used to over the years. When payments fall near weekends, federal processing schedules, or banking settlement windows, deposits can feel delayed, even when they are not denied or stopped. That difference in timing is what creates anxiety. When you expect something on a certain day and it does not show up, your mind immediately assumes the worst. There is an important distinction to understand here. A delay in posting does not automatically mean a problem with your benefits. In many cases, payments move through internal processing first, then settlement channels, and finally into bank systems. Those steps happen in sequence, not all at once. When any one of those steps shifts slightly, the deposit can appear later than expected, even though it is already in motion behind the scenes. This is why some seniors will see their February funds at what feels like an unexpected time. Some may see deposits late at night. Others may see them early in the morning. Some may see them one business day later than what they have become accustomed to. The system is still functioning, but the rhythm feels off, and when you depend on predictability, even a small shift can feel disruptive. For many seniors, the emotional weight of this waiting is not something that shows up in official notices or calendars. It shows up in real life. It shows up in the way you count days until rent is due. It shows up in the way you decide which bill gets paid first. It shows up in the way you delay buying groceries because you are unsure when your deposit will clear. These are not abstract concerns. These are everyday decisions that affect health, stability, and peace of mind. That is why it is important to ground yourself in what you can control during weeks like this. While you cannot change federal processing schedules, you can take steps to reduce uncertainty. Checking your account at consistent times instead of constantly refreshing can reduce stress. Setting reminders for your usual deposit window can help you recognize when timing shifts are temporary rather than permanent. Keeping a simple written record of when your deposits typically arrive can also give you perspective over time. It is also important to remember that payment timing does not always follow a single pattern across the entire year. Some months move smoothly. Other months feel slower because of how weekends and processing cycles align. This is not a reflection of your worth or the value of your work. It is simply how the system operates. For seniors who receive multiple benefits, such as retirement and supplemental income, timing can feel even more confusing. When one portion arrives and another does not, it can create the impression that something is wrong. In reality, different benefit streams may move on slightly different schedules, even when they ultimately land in the same account. This is another reason why patience during these windows, while difficult, is often necessary. The emotional toll of waiting is something many seniors carry quietly. There is a sense of pride in having worked for decades and a sense of vulnerability in depending on a system you do not control. That mix of pride and vulnerability can make delays feel personal, even when they are procedural. It is important to acknowledge that feeling instead of dismissing it. Your concern is valid, your stress is understandable, and your desire for stability is reasonable. One thing that often helps during weeks like this is connection. Talking to someone who understands what you are experiencing can reduce the feeling of being alone in it. Whether that is a family member, a friend, or even leaving a comment here to say you are waiting too, sharing that experience can lighten the emotional load. You are not the only one watching your account this week. Many seniors across the country are doing the same thing, quietly hoping for a deposit notification that brings relief. As this week continues, it is important to approach your finances with gentle awareness rather than fear. If your deposit arrives later than expected, it does not erase the fact that you planned responsibly. It does not mean you failed. It simply means the system moved at a different pace than you anticipated. That distinction matters because it protects your sense of dignity and self-respect. In the coming days, as February payments continue to move through the system, many seniors will experience that moment of relief when their deposit finally appears. That moment is not just about money. It is about stability returning, even temporarily. It is about being able to take a breath, buy groceries, pay a bill, or refill a prescription without carrying the weight of uncertainty. Before we reach the closing, please take a moment to subscribe if you have not already. This channel exists to walk with you through these moments of uncertainty, to offer clarity, and to remind you that you are not navigating this alone. As we move forward through February, it is worth remembering that timing shifts do not define your worth. They do not diminish the decades you spent contributing, working, raising families, and building communities. The system may feel impersonal, but your life and your experience are deeply personal. You deserve stability, you deserve clarity, and you deserve to feel seen. If your February deposit arrives at a time that feels unexpected this week, allow yourself to receive that relief without shame. If you are still waiting, know that waiting does not mean forgotten. It means the process is still unfolding. This period of uncertainty will pass, even if it feels heavy in the moment. Staying grounded, staying informed, and staying connected are the most effective ways to protect not just your benefits, but your peace of mind as well.